Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Zambia. My name is Kojo. Excellencies, heads of delegation, the press will be starting in 5 minutes. So may I kindly ask you to take your seats. Thank you.
Good morning. SG, as I walked in this room today, I was very, very delighted. And delighted in such a way that I've seen a number of my very long time. Most of you I did speak to on the phone, but I just don't want to embarrass a few people in here who have just come to Zambia for the first time. You know yourselves, and I'm happy that you actually did commit to attending this very, very important meeting. This evening, we are going to have a fantastic day as we get to network. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me first of all to recognize the presence of His Excellency the Secretary General of UN Tourism, Zurab Poliskasvili, a colleague who's been very, very supportive in the tourism sector and indeed Zambia at large. I do recognize my colleague ministers here present. I believe that from my counts, correct me if I'm wrong, we are sitting at about 20 tourism ministers here present. I think, SG, you need to give us a round of applause for having come far and wide. I just want to apologize for those of you who may have delayed flights, and I think this is a discussion that we need to have as ministers in charge of tourism. I do believe that our vice chair is stuck somewhere in Nairobi, and we should make it much, much easier for us to travel Africa as it is easy to travel elsewhere in the world. I recognize ambassadors, distinguished guests, high commissioners rather, accredited to the Republic of Zambia, and all those who are representing as heads of delegation. I do recognize senior government officials out of the Republic of Zambia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I just want to thank you most sincerely for having taken time out of your busy schedules to come and attend this very, very important meeting. And we could not have picked on a better location other than Livingstone, which happens to be the tourist capital of Zambia. Those of you who have not yet done the sightseeing, please find time. And if you won't find time, we will definitely make time for you to be able to see the sights and scenes of Livingstone. The hosting of the 67th Regional Commission for Africa and the 7th Regional Brand Africa Conference could not come at a better time when Zambia is repositioning herself as a preferred sustainable tourism MICE destination, both at the regional and international level. I also want to indicate to you, colleague ministers, that Zambia in 2024 will be celebrating 60 years of independence. And what it simply means is that we need to start repositioning ourselves as a country to be able to attract the many tourists as we possibly can, just as any other country who is represented in here. And we are very delighted to UN Tourism for having granted us an opportunity to host this particular summit, meeting rather. The Commission for Africa session is a platform that provides African destinations an opportunity to effectively address common issues that either inhibit or foster the sustainable and economic growth in the various diverse destinations. I am very hopeful, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that the discussions and deliberations that will be tabled in this session will create a more sustainable and resilient tourism sector. Over a period of time, we've been talking about resilience. And this is purely because of what happened in 2019 when the dreaded COVID-19 pandemic ravaged our sector. So this time around, we're smarter. This time around, we're bolder. This time around, we should be able to jump the escape options. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very encouraging to note that the 121st Executive Council of the World Tourism Barometer revealed that the first quarter of 2024, international arrivals reached 97% of the figure for international as compared to the arrivals in 2019. These are the pre-COVID numbers. Essentially, in our language, we say tourism has rebounded. And we're very, very delighted that we need to ensure that anything in the face of any calamity should be met head on so that we do not go back to those horrible days which we faced under COVID. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of the Republic of Zambia, through the dedicated leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has shown a strong and keen resolve to support the development of this sector. And I want to indicate to you, ladies and gentlemen, that my president sends his fraternal greetings and was very, very delighted to hear that his country, Zambia, was going to host this particular meeting. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in our collective efforts of achieving the Africa we want, and to echo my president's plea and focus of tourism, I'm glad to announce that on the sidelines of the session, Zambia invites you to witness the historic signing of the Tourism Education Memorandum of Understanding with the UN Tourism. In the same vein, ladies and gentlemen, colleague ministers, we will present the laying of the foundation stone for the development of the first ever Tourism School of Excellence to be built here in Zambia. Distinguished guests, what you will witness in the next couple of days is an opportunity that will be able to now create value, an opportunity that will be able to allow our young boys and girls to be trained in this particular sector of ours called tourism. For a very long time, ladies and gentlemen, we have noticed that a number of boys and girls who are in the sector only use this sector as a springboard, as opposed to what I would like to call a career. Now, because we're going to get into teaching them, making them learn that hospitality is not only a springboard to whatever they want to do, but a career, we should be able to exhibit and which you'll be able to witness in the next few days as we lay the foundation stone for that school of excellence. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to invite you to enjoy this beautiful city of Livingstone. I always mention, and I'll mention it again, Livingstone is not only the tourism capital, but Livingstone is also the constituency for the Honorable Minister of Tourism of Zambia. So you are actually in my home. And I think my president was very, very strategic when he appointed me as Minister in charge of Tourism, but I think it becomes more difficult to be in a city which is a tourism town where you're born and bred, and then you eventually are told to say you need to be charged with the responsibility of growing tourism. But with the support that I strongly believe I will get from you, my colleagues, we should be able to drive tourism in Africa to the next level. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with those few remarks, I wish to thank you for your kind attention, and I'm looking forward to our fruitful deliberations by end of day today. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. I now have the pleasure to invite our Secretary General Zurab Pololikashvili for his opening remarks.
Thank you, dear Minister, for your inspirational welcome, for your welcome. I want to kindly ask to our friends, our ministers, our family to again to applaud you for your great hospitality, Zambian hospitality. You show us first few hours we are here. Many thanks to you. Maybe many of our guests, they don't know that this decision was made very short period, very short time, and I'm very happy to be back here. And I want to welcome all ministers, all ambassadors, deputy ministers. Thanks to God, we don't have any titles between us because we are one big family, and very happy to be here in Livingstone. In the 1 or 2 hours, I think it's very difficult to see the same time Rainbow, Victoria Falls, Zambezi River, zebras, Zambian hospitality, having coffee there. I mean, it's something outstanding, and this is my first impression because I landed yesterday night, and this morning I saw everything in 1.5 hours. It's something, many friends, you know, there in the same place, so it's really something very unique and very different from, we all can see it, different parts of the world, not only in Africa. This place is very, very unique, and I think we are on the very, very right place. And only, you mentioned the School of Excellence, only for opening this school, it was worth it, all of us to be coming here, to be united and to celebrate first school, academy ever on African continent. And thank you again, and thank all of you to be with us. This is a historical moment, I think, for tourism industry. This is historical days. These are historical days for African continent, and I'm very happy again to be back to Livingstone. Why to be back? Because let me start about my short history. Well, to know where we are going to, I think it's always better to remember where we are coming from. For me, this is my second time coming to Livingstone. I was telling to our dear Minister this morning that I regretted that I didn't bring kids here, because this will be my third trip, I'm sure, and the third time I will come with my friends, with my family members, and I'm sure that you will be back and you will tell the same, and you will think that, why I didn't come with my family, and you will tell your family members, your friends, that this is the destination to visit. So 11 years ago, at that time it was UNWTO, and by the way, congratulations, this is the legacy that we are celebrating first time ever under UN Tourism Commission for Africa. This is first time that UN Tourism Commission for Africa happening here in Livingstone, and it will be another legacy from these days. So 11 years ago, UNWTO celebrated, and many of you, I'm sure that you attended this historical General Assembly in Zambia and Zimbabwe. It was a very big event, and the outcome of that event is here again, and I think that we have to be more active and to promote more African tourism, and that was historical days in the history of UNWTO. I don't remember before if we had or after General Assembly in Africa, but that was a very, very important step. And that time I came here to starting my campaign like a next coming Secretary General. So, and this is very important moment in my life. The same time, same days I met Natalia, who is sitting here. I met her here in Zambia or Zimbabwe site, I don't remember. She was doing her job. She was promoting Colombia. She wanted, and Colombia wanted to organize next General Assembly in Colombia, and we met somewhere, and she's asking me, who are you? I told her I'm Georgian. Can you help me with the votes, because I don't know the Soviet Union countries, the STAN countries, and please help me. And I thought, okay, let's do it. I mean, and then we are here. Natalia, she's executive director. The same day Elsia was appointed like a director for Africa. We were talking now this morning that I didn't know who was Elsia at the time. Now she's one of the stars of the organization, and so it means that the Zambia and Zimbabwe took a luck for three of us. Maybe there will be some other stories, I don't know, but it's a lucky place. I'm sure that it will take and bring luck to you, to your families, but I think that we have to use and to bring luck here now. We are here to pay back the luck. And what is the luck is that to be united, to do more projects, to do more things for Zambia, to bring more investors, more money. We need money, people to invest here. This is very important. That's why we created, and in these days we will talk more about investments and opportunities, which is also led by Minister. And Minister, he put Zambia again after 10 or 11 years on worldwide map, and congratulations, dear Minister. And this is a very impressive story for me, and again I want to welcome all of you. I will talk a lot today, don't worry, I will finish now my speech, the part one, and wish you all the best. I want to thank to all organizers of this excellent days. We will all enjoy together and use these days talking about the future of African tourism. We have a lot of things to do together. The main challenge, and you see that some chairs are empty because of connectivity, of course. We all know that connectivity is the main challenge we have, and this is long-term process. We can't make it happen in one day, but if we will stand united and we will work and we will ask and we will push different parts of governments, I'm sure that it's doable, and we will make it. Many delegates, they could not attend timely because of delays, because of, again, sometimes the next door countries, they have to fly somewhere to come here, you know the stories. So, but let's use these days and talk about these challenges, the issues we have together, and I'm sure that this will be another important meeting and commission. First, UN Tourism Commission for Africa in Livingstone. We have to be careful because in 2 days we are going to Zimbabwe, and Barbara, she is attending and looking for us, another excellent host and excellent country. And this morning, by the way, first time I heard Barbara from Zambian minister telling that we have to be united. We don't have to mention that it's which part is nicer, Zambia or Zimbabwe. He told me, no, we are one country. And this is very important, which many countries, unfortunately, they don't do it. Mine, for example, we are always competing with the neighborhood countries, always better, he's not better than me. I mean, no. It was very clearly mentioned, and I'm sure that this is another big step, and the product and touristic product we will create and we are creating together will be really very different and very unique worldwide, because there is only one Victoria Falls in the world, there is only one aura and atmosphere in the world like we have here. And welcome again, and enjoy great African Zambian hospitality in this beautiful country. So thank you again, all of you attending this meeting. Let's move now to the working session. I am very impressed and very patient about this trip and these days to be back. And I remember the time when I visited first time Victoria Falls, I was 1,000,000% sure that I will be back. And I'm 1,000,000% sure that I will be back after this trip again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary General. Before we go into the work sessions, I will now invite all ministers and heads of delegation to proceed on stage so that we join for a group picture before we start the session. This will be followed then by the table in front. So heads of delegations and ministers, please, as well as the affiliate members and observers. Thank you.